Okay, I thank God for last night's rest, this morning rise. Thank God for His grace and His mercy. Grace is always giving me what I don't deserve, and mercy is not giving me what I do deserve. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. How everybody doing?
All right.
It's good to be back here, Odaat, men's rap. All right, my name's Derek McKnight. My partner Robert Hayes is here in spirit, but he's not here in the physical. And together we call the minds of men. Tonight, I want to talk about coping skills that add on to what he was reading about, right? Yesterday we had group at Bowling Green, and Bowling Green got something called partial. They got detox, they got the barn, and they got partial. Partial is when they got housing for them, right? And the van brings them to a spot like our outpatient program. They do their groups, but they always got good information up there on the tables, right? And I'm a good thief today, right? Okay. So I saw it and I took it, right? What I asked first, right? But anyway, so listen, we got some new good information tonight called coping skills. How do we cope with life on life terms, all right? And what I put up here, hopefully we can get through it. If we don't, let's get as much as we can out of it. All right, y'all speak up, I'll shut up. My job is just to promote dialogue and get the brothers what? Talking, right? It's cold as hell outside. Yeah. All right, so listen, how you doing, brother? So listen, we must stay sober, because who want to be out there? In a crack house or a shooting house, right? With no roof.
And no heat.
Right, come on, right? Yeah. Come on. I like being in a house we got food in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? Et cetera, et cetera. So that means responsibilities. That means coping skills. I don't care what happens from A to Z. There is a solution for the madness. Yeah. Amen? Amen? And let's get with it. Number one, open-minded. Open-minded. All right? Coping skills, number one, open-minded. Every time I come out here, is that washing machine again?
Yeah, that's always on.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's always on.
I'm gonna get you. I know I got a good Christmas gift for y'all. All right, here we go. Here, open-minded. Put your thoughts and opinions aside long enough to consider what someone else is saying.
Oh, good one.
Yeah. Take it in consideration where they are coming from and why they might feel the way they do. You can always go back to your original viewpoint, but it's important to remain open-minded when listening to someone else's opinion on something. Often we shut our minds down when we begin to hear thoughts and opinions we may be skeptical about or disagree with. Open-minded. Remain open-minded. Anybody want to take a swing at that pitch right there? Come on, Cricket.
I was challenged with that last night. And when I sat back and took a look at it, I had to evaluate it.
Okay.
Because sometimes I can give good advice, but when it's time for me to receive it, I have a hard time with it. So, I was told that last night. I challenged that, and I was open to that, and now I'm going to work on that.
Very good.
Because it was brought to my attention, because I give good information.
Right.
But a person that gives good information should be a person that receives it.
Amen. That's right,
I
brother.
just wanted to put that out.
Very good. Go
That's
for
one of my flaws.
Okay.
That I'm working on.
Very good, Crick. How much time y'all playing, Crick?
The 10th of March will be a year.
Let's give it to him. All right. God bless, brother. Thank you for sharing that. Open-minded. That's good. Good students, good teachers are good students. Good leaders are good followers. I can never teach nobody if I don't have nothing to give you to teach. So I must humble myself and be open-minded and stay teachable to receive information so I can give it away. Very good, brother. Very good. Because who helps the helper? Because I'm like you. I'm always helping, giving good advice. But listen, when we need to be fed too, right? That's right. We need to be fed also. All right? That's very important. It's universal. It's reciprocated. All right? You give, we receive. We give, we receive. Right. And my breath stink tell me. Boogies in my nose, let me know. Listen, I don't come to be liked. That's another thing. And that used to be my biggest problem also, my credit defect. Codependency, people pleasing.
Yes.
I want everybody here to like me. Nobody say nothing bad about me.
That was me.
Anybody hear that?
Yeah.
But I realized that, listen, I don't give a damn how nice you treat somebody. They still going to treat you the way they want to treat you.
Mr. McKnight,
come on.
One thing. You always share about roots.
Yes, sir.
And that was one of my problems. I always wanted somebody's approval. Like, you know, like if I asked him something,
Yeah.
I wanted him to not just his approval, but I wanted him to agree with what I said, so I didn't have to work on what was really going on.
That's right.
In other words, they call it today sugarcoat. See, I wanted him to say what I wanted to hear.
Right.
But I wanted to seek his approval in the wrong way.
That's right.
And I was very guilty of that in my addiction.
Very good. You doing that sounds like step work, Cricket. Yeah, my man. Identifying. That's beautiful, brother. Stay open-minded, all right? I don't care if he's Caucasian and you black.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're an old head, you a young head. I don't care if you're a Muslim and you Christian. I don't care if he an atheist, he don't believe in nobody. Right? There's somebody who believes in something. Stay what? Open-minded. I don't care if you're from Kensington and he from the suburbs. Stay open-minded. I don't care if you're a Republican and I'm a Democrat. Right? Listen, stay open-minded. Because we can always learn from what? Everybody. Anybody hear that? Yeah. Stay open-minded. Number 2, stay focused through the hocus pocus. Stay focused through the hocus pocus. Often times we are distracted by external factors. We're talking about coping skills. For those who just came in the room, we're talking about how do we cope. What's our coping skills from A to Z, dealing with what? Life on life terms. Oftentimes we are distracted by external factors that interfere with our concentrations. When you are bored, when we are bored, or find our mind wandering, try to refocus yourself on the what? Task at hand. Sometimes it can be helpful to challenge ourselves to see if you can keep your attention on the person speaking for the entire lecture, or at least catch yourself as your focus wanders and refocus your attention. Assignment. Test yourself to see if you can stay focused for the entire lecture by someone that usually bores you or someone you don't like. Stay focused. Do the hocus pocus. How you doing, brother? Listen, here's another thing. I talk fast and I think fast and I know what I want to say and I know what I want to do. Sometimes in group facilitating, you get brothers who take time to what? Share. They hang glide. How you doing, brother? You know, cats that hang glide and they seem like they holding the whole group hostage. And you be like, yo, why don't you just land and just talk about what we talking about? And they help me stay focused and listen while they hang gliding, and hopefully, you know, patiently they wait for them to what? Land on topic. Land on topic. Stay focused. Anybody distracted by anything?
Everything.
Yeah, everything?
Yeah.
Okay, distractions is big. You want to talk about some distractions you got?
It's just hard for me to pay attention. I get in my own head, just think of other shit like that I have to fix. But I'm learning to pay attention.
Okay.
That's what my father, he tells me to this day. He said, listen. Just listen, man. And that, like, the whole part of my life, I didn't listen. I thought I had it. All the answers, but no. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I'm
working on it.
Okay. How much time you have clean?
8 months.
8 months. God bless. Congratulations. All right, stay in focus. Anybody else got external extractions? Extraction. Come on.
I had until I learned how to stay focused, and I'm still practicing. I used to get nothing that ever got completed.
Okay.
I was like, I would start a project, and then I would be easily distracted. I see a big butt girl going by or something like that. My mind going someplace else. I could never complete anything.
Yes,
never
sir.
complete anything to completion. Now it's like my focus is on what I'm doing. And I finish, just like my focus is on recovery, till completion.
Right.
It's like, I can't, you have to like zone in on what your focus is, you know, because distractions are going to come at you 100 miles an hour and you're always going to be distracted. You know, like, I could be distracted, like I hear a different conversation or, what is he saying? Or something. No, it's like that. All this, everything in recovery takes work.
That's right.
And it takes practice.
That's right.
And it's like, all this practice practice is for the betterment of you, though. It is. Everything that you do, you have to be focused. And the thing, open-mindedness, no, I wasn't open-minded at all. You know, it was either my way or nothing's gone.
Right.
You know, but now I keep my mouth shut and I listen. I don't even interject when a person is saying something. I listen to intently. I try to keep eye contact and listen to every word he says. And then as he's speaking, I'm reevaluating everything he says in my mind. That's why you got to stay open-minded, because something's going to come out of there that you can, it's going to hit you, and you're going to receive, well, maybe this guy does have a point or something like that, or whatever it is. But you have to stay focused on things, what you're doing, because if you don't, let's use another analogy. You're riding in your car, you're focused on getting from A to Z. Now, you know, you take your focus off what you're doing, you wind up in an accident. And accidents, what they do, they cause trouble and a lot of pain and a lot of sorrow. Yeah. So you have to stay focused in life on what you do. And like you say, you can only focus on one thing at a time. There might be multiple things going on, but you got to focus on the task at hand. So, and that takes practice. It takes a lot of practice. You know, it does. You know, a matter of fact, I was with a friend the other day. Now we're driving. He's on the phone. And I'm like sitting in the passenger seat, I'm like nervous as hell. It's like, why don't you put that damn phone down and focus on your driving?
Yes, sir.
And the car is weaving from side to side and shit. You know, we almost was in an accident. You got to stay focused. And usually when you tell somebody like, it's like, no, I got it. No, you don't have. You know, I tell you what, pull over, let me drive. And then you can talk all you want on the phone. You know, it's like,
He let you drive?
Stay focused. Yeah, he let me drive. Yeah, because either that or I'm getting out.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like, that was the point. Yeah, it's like, let me drive. I'm not trying to say I'm a better driver than him like that, but I'm focused on the task at hand. I'm getting us from point A to B safely. You know, and that's the focus of this whole thing. But the first two things, like I say, every time you put stuff on that board, it applies to me. It does, because I've been through it all. I have to learn to change all that around and incorporate the knowledge that you give, because the knowledge is going to benefit me. I know it's going to benefit me down the line and throughout life. So that's the point I'm at. You know, so we're going to make it to everything you got on the board. But you got to stay focused.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah.
Go for
And
it, bro.
that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Okay. I know being in a lot of programs, sometimes it's easy. It was easy for me to get caught up in what was going on in the program.
Yeah.
And even though I was focused, I got defocused. Because I was worrying about why these dudes fighting. Why we ain't having enough food. Small stuff. Stuff that was like, it was like things that wasn't, it never should have had my attention. But I gave it my attention. When I gave it my attention, I lost what? Focus on what? My mission and my goal. And why I was what? Here. Sometimes when we don't like to deal with ourselves, because when you look in the mirror and look inside of your soul, you see so much pain there, so much hurt, rejection, abuse, trauma, years of pain. And some of us, it's too hard, too much time to what? To work on it. So listen, if I don't want to work on what I need to work on and stay focused on what needs to get done inside of Third McKnight, I will always run to everybody else. Because I'm running from me. And I will never stay focused because my focus is what? Painful. My focus is too painful to take what? To stay focused on me. So I'm in every situation. Multitasking on nonsense. How about number 3? Anticipate trouble. Anticipate trouble. How do we cope when trouble comes? How do we cope when trouble comes? As addicts and alcoholics, we begin to slip back into our old ways prior to ever picking up. It's important to be aware of the moods and catch ourselves slipping into depression. Anybody get depressed?
Yeah.
Negative attitudes. Anybody negative? I can be. Self-pity. Any self-pity con artists in here? Or self-destructive thoughts. Anybody got them? And behaviors. It is the ability to catch ourselves slipping that can help prevent a relapse. Anticipate what? Trouble. It's 2 attacks when I get out of bed. The first attack is me against me. me against me. And if I don't check or crucify the old Dirk, I lose. Anybody catch that?
Yeah.
Everybody hear that? And the second attack is what? The external. So I'm not worried about you if I lose against me. Because it starts with what? Self. 2 attacks. Internal, then external. So I got to check the internal daily. Crucify the flesh so the spirit can what? Resurrect.
Yeah.
And when the spirit resurrect, we stay clean just for today. Come on.
I don't know if this come out right, but sometimes I'll speak my actions into existence.
Okay.
In other words, what'll happen is I'll say, now this is an act. Man, I know, boy, outpatient gonna be rough today. I'm speaking something into existence because of my actions and the way I feel. So that's dangerous. Because when you speak something into existence that didn't happen yet, then you're looking to go down I'm looking to go down a bad road. Because I done spoke something in existence that didn't even happen yet.
Okay.
That could be dangerous for me.
Okay. That's not okay. All right. Now, here's another thing too. Alpha males. Alpha males. It might be an alpha male in here, right? Who's aggressive, right? And I used to always anticipate trouble when you had 2 alpha males, both on separate what? Thinking pages. He's tough. He's tough. He's a gangster. He's a gangster. He's a killer. He's a killer. He shot people. He shot people. He got guns. He got guns. He been in jail. He been in jail. Alpha males. And I anticipate what? A potential beef or argument. Because one had to get the upper hand on the other individual.
Or relationship.
We said it. And relationships too, yes. Exactly. Yeah, anticipate that also. Because women, listen. I'm glad you brought that up. How did I say that right there? A man's ego connected to a woman's foolishness will get somebody murdered or hurt. Let me say that again. A woman's foolishness connected to a man's ego can get somebody murdered. True story. 2 years ago. Anybody know about 19th and Erie? I was living up at 67th and Carlisle Street. Just got my car, right? About in 2 years, right? And my lady's son, girlfriend, mother got beat up at a block party. Because she was running her mouth to drug dealers like she was what? A man. And what happened was they treated her like a man and they beat her up. Then they took her phone and they trashed her phone and they trashed her. She calls her daughter tells her son tells her mom tells me. I jump in the car and that had nothing to do with the beef. But here I am, Mr. Impulsive. Mr. I'll help you. Mr. Here I come to save the day. And I'm driving from 67 to Carlisle Street and I'm driving. And listen, you know how it is when you're getting closer to danger, to trouble, common sense get brighter and stronger in the prefrontal cortex. Dirk, this is not your beef. Dirk, you seen her mother. She get high. Dirk, you want to die in Philly. Dirk, you better turn this car around. Dirk, you ain't even got a goddamn gun. What the hell you doing? Dirk, you better call the cops. This ain't your beef. So I was never anticipating trouble till I got close to trouble. And by the time I got to 19th and Erie, and she jumped out the car. She had Vaseline on her face, had her hair in a ponytail. She gets out to find her mom. Before I even get around the block to find a parking space, I see fists and tasers. Fists and tasers. Fists and tasers. 19th and Erie. And by the time I came around the block, they beat my lady's son crazy.
EA all day.
Huh?
EA all day.
And he was walking like this. You know, like Michael Jackson in Smooth Criminal? Yeah, they beat him like that. And guess what? They said, listen, the cops don't break up fights. And they walked him to the ambulance. And he couldn't even breathe. And I was angry that night, right? And I said, give him a chance. Let him sit up in his time. And they rushing him and all of that like he was okay. And guess who's out there still running their mouth? The mom. Wow. Women foolishness connected to a man's ego can get somebody murdered. Anticipate what? Trouble. Yeah. That's why I listen. That's why they say, Dirk, shut up and watch and listen. and find out potential what? Storms. Anticipate what? Trouble. Because I'm a peaceful brother, but some people like the brain try to check you. Try to see exactly how loving you are, how much peace you have, and you're going to be tested. And the enemy works through them to check you. So what they think they doing for what? For evil. God is already making it for what? Good. Trouble transform into what? Triumph. You know what I'm saying? So anticipate trouble. Everybody hear that? Yeah. How about going home? Sometimes that can be dangerous going home for the holidays when nieces and nephews and cousins and uncles and aunts are still getting high. And that can be trouble. Sometimes we stick around too long, we can get high, they get us dirty before we get them what? Clean. Some people outside of the arena of drugs and alcohol don't think they need a problem. They don't need a program, They don't need a program. Everybody need a program. Is that true?
It's true.
Everybody need a program. They more crazy than we are. At least we know we sick. Yeah, all right, let's go to the next one right here, y'all. For those who just came in, we're talking about coping skills. From A to Z, when life shows up, we have to have a technique or a strategy to cope so we don't go back to jail or get high. Number 1, stay open-minded. Number 2, stay focused. Number 3, anticipate trouble and stay out of trouble. Number 4, play our tape all the way through. Anybody hear that? Yeah. Who here mind take you to the good days when we were selling drugs, when we had all that money, when we had all those orgies and had all the big butts and we had the cars and we had the what? Go anywhere we wanted to go. Bills got paid and we had it going on. Had all the top-notch jewelry and clothes and apparel. But we had to play my tape all the way back to when I lost all of that. When I didn't have none of that. When I was asking for cigarettes. When I was shopping up the ground for loose buds. Play your tape all the way back. When I used to have my underwears on so long, I used to peel them on my ass and it used to make noises. Play your tape all the way back, Dirk.
Damn.
When your skin got so black out there, it looked like you had on a leather suit. Now that was my skin. Play your tape all the way back when your mother was crying. Play your tape all the way back. When your brother said, yo, what the hell is wrong with you? And embrace you and crying. Because he didn't know what was going on with his brother. When your father said, listen, I'm going to kill your ass when you bring your ass back in his house. Play your tape all the way back. When your so-called friends was laughing at you. Because we used to laugh at crackheads and dope fiends. And when I became the crackhead, now it was no longer funny. Because now I know how it is to pump somebody gas. Now I know how it is to carry people groceries. Now I know how it is to be back in jail and out of jail. Now I know. So I had to what? Play my tape all the way back. When we start to romanticize the lifestyle, we better play it all the way back. We better play that tape all the way back. That's very important. Anybody want to speak to that right there? Your mind only take you there to the good times, but you better click that mind all the way back to the bad times.
That's sort of like, don't forget. You know, people say he forgets where he comes from.
Doomed to go back.
Yeah, don't forget where you come from.
That's right.
That's very important.
Very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
So, even my accidents and shit, I try to remember all that. Mm-hmm. And yeah.
Okay. Every time I did it, I got high.
Your hand was up, brother?
Yeah.
Come on.
I wanted to say, like distraction can fall all in that same category. Like the way I was taking it, like to me it could be women. You know what I mean? It could be not all of them, but some of them. You know what I mean? That you can go like that could be a distraction. Like you can be cool, then you can just like to me that's my weakness, like distraction, because it can make me fall back into my old ways, back into using, and then. I mean, not all the time, but I'm just saying it could happen. Then, like if like indulging just drugs, period, is like manifesting to bad spirits, like that. Yeah, I mean, you manifesting that in yourself. You know what I mean? So it's like you know you're a puppet to your master. You know what I mean? So basically, that's what you're a slave to your master. So you know what I mean? Your spirit, you know, and other things you like, yeah, I want to do, but then now you're a slave to it because now that's all you cater yourself to. You know what I'm saying? So you're enslaved to that. know what I'm saying? People might not look at it that way, but that's how I take it. Like, if I smoke a hard drug like PCP, you know what I mean? I'm manifesting what whatever spirit that I'm easy to take over, you know what I'm saying? So it can take you some things that you don't know, you know what I'm saying? So, but sober-minded, you're not going to be, if you're not using no drugs. I mean, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, because sometimes you do see it like, well, this person, but, as well, people say it's a mental issue. But it could be a person that's spiritually broken. You know what I'm saying? So that now you're manifesting that evil that it took over you. You know what I'm saying? And now, people wake up in jail, don't know, like, oh, that's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So it happens. You know what I'm saying? So, like what they say is, for every man look at himself pleasing, but to God is not. You know what I mean? So it is like it's an in and, like you said, in and out.
Yes,
you gotta
sir.
work in within and then out. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, it's just in vain. You know what I mean? All your works that you're doing is just vanity. It's just like,
What's the point?
what's the whole point if you're not working with yourself? You know what I'm saying? So it have to start, like you said, from the inside, and you have to be really, really sincere of making that decision. Everybody's not ready for that. You know what I mean? They still want to. They want to still be a slave to that. You know what I mean? To the puppeteer. You know what I mean? Like, you just a puppet, and now you walking around with strings. You know what I'm saying? On you, and that drug got you controlled. You know what I mean? So. And so you get, make that decision. You know what? Breaking them strings. I'm not in control of me, my decision. I'm not letting that. Because some people say, well, they don't control me. Yes, it does. Because you're going over there and go buy it. You know what I'm saying? It's slaving you to go buy it. You know what I'm saying? Your way of thinking, your chemical unbalance. So, you know what I'm saying? That falls into place too. You know what I mean? So that's why I said distractedness is like a big title with everything. It's like, distraction, but it has branches. All these branches. Boom, boom, that is distraction. That is distraction. That is a distraction. There's so many things that it comes in a silver platter that evil entity brings to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, you know what I mean? So, but you have to fight. You know what I'm saying? You have to fight. If you, like you said, everything is a battle within yourself. You know what I'm saying? So when you wake up in that morning, you're already getting hit. Even in your dreams, the entity is just there, putting things in your mind. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to make him fall one day. You know what I mean? And it's just going to be there. You know what I mean? That's his job. You know what I'm saying? To fall from the lightness. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? And then it's not an easy task. You know what I'm saying? It's not an easy task. The one that did it, he got condemned. You know what I'm saying? So it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? But you can strive. You know what I mean? Have that set yourself, you know what I mean, goals. Set yourself with goals where, when that distraction do come, you can prepare yourself somewhat, mentally and spiritually and physically, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Different people got different challenges, you know what I'm saying? There's different humps for everybody, you know what I mean? So every roller coaster ain't the same. Some might steeper fall, some of them are shorter falls, you know what I mean? But it's not like you can't get back and it's not, as long as you're still breathing, still a chance to change it right back around. You know
Awesome.
what I mean? So,
Yes, sir.
yeah, that's all I have for sure.
How much time you got clean, brother?
I have 100 something days.
All right, give it to him. God bless. Go food, brother. I saw your hand in the back. Come on.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? Mike,
Hey, Mike.
I was just listening to my man. I'm like, yo, he just hit on exactly like something that I wanted to share. You know what I mean? And that's crazy. Like, and that's what I mean. Like we all like go through the same shit. Everybody here we're different, but we're the same because we can all identify with one thing: addiction. I shut my emotions off because I wanted to get high. And then I got high because I didn't want to deal with my emotions. So I used not to deal with it. And like even like in intimacy, my nephew's being hurt, my nephew's dying or whatever, like all that stuff, like I'm just now like dealing with it. Like I can't run no more every time I got my little homie in my head.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm thinking about this nephew that's in the coma for 4 years, I can't run no more. I gotta deal with it. You know what I mean? And I prayed and I asked God like to make it easy. Because like my foster mom, like she raised me with empathy. So like I got hurt, man. Like I be feeling people's pain.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's my own pain, I don't like to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that's crazy, like that he said that, like, and like I see that I'm starting to heal now because I can think about him and be okay. Like they say men don't cry. I say bitches don't cry. Bitches cry. Bitches don't cry, I'm sorry. Men cry.
Mm-hmm.
God cry, you need that shit. That's what it's for.
Mm-hmm.
That's why God created it, like, for us to use it for something. And that's what it's for. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm watching a movie the other day, like, and I'm sitting up here and I'm watching this movie. And, like, I'm emotional. I'm watching this and I start crying. Because I saw the situation or whatever was going on, and it touched me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's telling me that I am healing in the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my inside is fucked all the way up. Like, I don't know how, like, I ain't been with a girl for a while. I don't even know what to say to her. Like, I ain't never had no game.
Mm-hmm.
If you like me, you like, I give you the money, that's it. But she's just, you know, emotional. Crazy, I just think about my folks there and not be hurt, like, because it's not bad what happened to them, like, and then I had to accept it, like, I had to accept what, 16-year-old boy getting killed for no reason, because another little boy was a hater. My brother got 17 kids. That's his son. He's handsome. He got the little girls in the neighborhood. One little boy was jealous of him because all the little girls like him. I mean, he ain't no gangster. You know, all he do is play sports, play video games. Got into the streets. And the little boy stalked him and he killed him. He kept waiting for him to try to get him at certain places. Killed his best friend and then he killed him.
Oh my God.
And even after all that, my nephew had the biggest funeral ever seen. Like, celebrities don't have funerals like this. Like, it was like fucking 10 joints down, wrapped around, and the fire department had to come and shut it down. And, like, it was nice. It was huge. Like, he still beat Trump, you know what I mean? And like, a lot of me want to still kill that little young boy. Like, some of me hope that he's still alive. Another part of me hope that I run across him. And then I be, like,